Welcome, everybody, to the Reiki Healing Circle. It is so lovely to have you this evening, and thanks so much for joining us here live. Carolyn, Esther, Teresa, and thanks for all who are joining us here on the recording as well. I am so very deeply honored and excited to introduce you to Teresa Harlow of Healing Key Connection. Teresa is the founder of Healing Key Connections, the creator of Reiki Energy Awareness Program. She's passionate about guiding people to find their inner wisdom and loving themselves through life's up and down. She draws on extensive training and experience in sound, massage, Reiki, and EFT, and she creates welcoming spaces where sensitive and curious souls can thrive. Guided by the belief that peaceful coexistence begins within each of us and extends to all beings, Teresa is dedicated to helping energetically aware and curious souls thrive by connecting to the inner wisdom and celebrating their unique gifts. So it is such an honor to have Teresa here with us this evening. She's going to be guiding the Reiki Healing Circle and tonight, and she has a really special practice for us. And before I hand it over to Teresa, I just wanted to mention that guiding your own Reiki Healing Circle is part of the GoPro with Reiki mentorship program. So I've got a great class of mentees in my mentorship program right now, including Esther, including Teresa. And they are just kicking ass in the program, taking no prisoners. It's really exciting to see their growth. And so this is just an opportunity to really bring their practice to the larger Reiki Healing Society community and even beyond that. This class will be posted also on my YouTube page. So I just want to mention that for those of you on the recording, if you felt more comfortable turning off your camera while we're in the session tonight. And then Teresa's going to be guiding us through a lovely practice. She's going to share all of that with all of us soon enough. And then we'll leave some time at the end to just chat and talk about our experiences. All right, without further ado, I'd love to pass it over to you, Teresa.
Hello, everybody. Today's theme is waves of wisdom, which will be paired with, I call it the wave breath, which goes through the 3 diamonds. We'll be going over that. But how many of you you can answer in your mind, and we can ask questions after. How many of you have let yourself really sit with your inner wisdom that Reiki provides for you and listened to it and listened to your energy? And just checking in with that today, because that will be that focus. I love the tradition of Reiki and how deep the wisdom roots are. And we have these practices such as scanning methods with our hands. Today, I'll be guiding you through a breathing exercise and then taking you through a guided meditation so you can actually feel your energy with your mind. If at any point you want to use your hands, you can as well, if it helps you focus where you're placing your mind on your body. Today's focus for the scan will be scanning your body from where you're open to receiving the peace of the present moment. So the place in your body that's open to receiving that quiet, that peace. And you're going to feel this in different ways. We're going to go through a breakdown scan because we're all unique and gifted in different ways. So we feel energy in different ways. So some of us will feel our breath restrict when we feel energy that is not moving or not flowing like the water of the rivers. Sometimes we will feel physical discomfort. The most familiar, I think we all are very familiar with physical discomfort. And sometimes that is the best way to check in with your body for where your body needs to receive Reiki. Whether it's for you or others, we understand the language of our physical form. So breath and body are very familiar. Even during the session, you might be giving yourself Reiki and all of a sudden be like, why is my left toe bugging me? Well, there's a way to bring attention to that without distracting yourself too much. And we're going to connect with that because that big toe that's all of a sudden talking to you while you're working on yourself is trying to get your attention for a reason. And sometimes it's a big reason. And if we just sit and listen to the layers, it can actually free up space and release a lot I call these echoes, whether you feel it in breath restriction, physical restriction, or you might feel it in the actual energy space. Like you might feel tingling, heat, warmth, or you might feel patterns. Some of us feel in patterns, as well as others we hear with our mind. So we might hear where to go. We might be like, oh yeah, it's right here. And we don't have to question it. We can hold space for that place in our body with Reiki and our breathing techniques. Some of us are more attuned with emotion, and you'll feel emotion like hit you when you scan a part of your body. You're like, oh yeah, that's the place that's ready to release and let go. Or you might be gifted in sight, where you see in colors or actually story. I call it story, or you might get memories or so forth that flow in that show you when you get to a certain place in your body, when you check in. Those are places to listen to. So this is a different tool that you can use for yourself. It's also very, very similar to connecting and scanning our body with our hands, but we're tuning into the depths of ourselves, quieting and listening. And when we find that place, we're going to apply the breathing techniques that we're going through, as well as hands-on healing. But also there's this additional component of what happens when we feel this energy. And it's like, sometimes, have you ever heard anybody, you can just answer in your mind right now, but or out loud, anxiety, like a moment where you're like, when you're working on yourself, there's like anticipation, there's like, oh my God, what's happening? It's kind of like sometimes you want to just get off your cushion and run away. And so this is my method. I call it honor her, which actually one of my students was like, honor, embrace, release spells her. So it became known as honor her, because you have to honor what comes up versus ignore it, and allow yourself to embrace the layers, whether it's breath, physical, emotional, energetic, mind, or sight that comes up. You have to honor it and embrace it. And then through the tools of Reiki or any meditation practice or any other healing modality, you apply the release. You use the tool. And the number one thing is to say, I give myself permission to release this. And you can think in percentage, like 100%, 20%, and give yourself permission. And I can't stress that enough when you're working on yourself and you're like, oh no, this is a little too much for me today. I'm done for now. No, give yourself permission to honor whatever's coming up and being very detailed with yourself versus avoiding it or just trying to hush the mind, allowing yourself to be like, okay, I feel this physical like knot in my throat and I feel a little uncomfortable, but I'm listening. I'm checking in with you. I'm here for you. Speaking to you in the way that you may have needed someone else to speak to you at any point in your life or during a session to keep you present in that moment. Okay, so let's begin. I know those are a lot of words, but guess what? It's getting recorded, so you can re-listen to it if you really want to. And I'm going to guide you through that practice, which we learn so much more through that part in field than talking. Okay. If you choose, you can join me in bringing your hands at your heart center, closing your eyes, and allowing yourself to connect to your navel center, your earth hara. As you breathe in, your belly will expand on the inhale. And as you exhale, the belly relax. We're going to go through the 3 diamonds, the 3 hara centers, as we gradually expand where the mind focuses in the breath. You inhale the first part of the wave, the base of the breath is at the belly. The second part of the breath is your heart, which rises next. And as you exhale, the chest releases, belly releases. The first part of the breath at your own pace is the earth hara, the belly. It rises to the heart hara. And then as you exhale, the heart releases, the belly releases. The peak of the wave is with the slight breath retention. As you inhale, belly rises, chest rises. The mind goes up to the heaven hara, which is the forehead. Just for a moment, the peak of the wave. And as you exhale, your chest releases, the belly releases. You can think of this as a wave rising up and a wave crashing down, honoring the energy of water. Allowing yourself to connect to this with a little bit of silence, following that inhale, the belly rising, chest rising, retaining the breath just for a moment, focusing on the forehead. And as you exhale, chest releases, belly releases. You find this flow through allowing your mind to focus on these 3 points: earth, the belly, heart, and heaven, the forehead. If at any point your hands begin to be tired, you can rest them on your thighs, palms up, receiving. If at any point you feel like you need a more grounded, rooted meditation, as you inhale and the belly rises, you can imagine earth energy flowing through the feet, flowing into the belly, up to the heart, up into the mind. And as you exhale, that beautiful earth energy connects with the waters, going down into your heart, down into the belly, and back out into the earth. It's your choice. Allowing yourself to release your hands on top of your thighs, palms up, receiving. And for the time being, you can let go of focusing on the rise and fall of the breath for a moment. We'll revisit. I'll call it the wave breath when I say we're going to revisit the breath. For now, allow yourself to scan your body from head to toe with your mind, checking in for a place in your physical form where your breath feels like it might be a little restricted or it starts moving fast. And if you find that place on your body and you can reach it, you can place your hands on your physical body. And maybe the breath didn't resonate with you, and maybe you didn't feel any change in the breath. You can still choose to place your hands on your heart. Allowing yourself to revisit that wave breath as you hold space for that place where you feel that breath restriction. And if you choose, you can give it a voice, whether you say it out loud in your mind and say, this feeling that I have, this breath restriction, feels distracting, it feels itchy, whatever it is, you can allow yourself to describe it. Give yourself permission to embrace versus ignore it. And very important, for an example, you can say, this sensation that I feel in my throat that feels restrictive, I give myself permission to be open to receiving whatever I need in this very moment, to let go, to release. Honor each layer that comes up. You can honor it by holding space, or you can honor it by actually acknowledging whatever comes up, giving it a voice if it's distracting. Listen and feel for the softening. We're going to continue to go through the layers that I spoke about earlier. But just taking a moment in between each layer, we're going to let go of the focus of the concentration of the area that we were sending our light and our love. And we're just going to bring our attention to the wave, that breath of inhaling to the belly, up into the heart, up into the forehead. And as you exhale, chest releases, belly releases, practicing non-attachment, practicing letting go, so that we can continue to receive and move to the next place that our body needs love, connection. And allow yourself to scan your body from head to toe, checking in for a place where you feel any physical discomfort from head to toe, finding the place that's speaking to you the loudest, that's saying hello today. And then when you find it, if you can reach the location, you can allow yourself to place your hands on your physical body. And if you can't reach the location, such as the low back, you can just bring your mind's focus there, your internal concentration. Once you've found that location where it's physically talking to you the loudest, allow yourself again to check in. What are you feeling? Describe what you're feeling. There may be a few layers. It might not just be physical. Allow yourself to breathe through the wave, inhaling and exhaling, giving your body permission to receive whatever it needs to feel the peace, the presence of the moment. Notice if your face is tensing, if your body is tensing. Take a nice deep breath in and allow yourself to think of body relax, relax. And make sure you give yourself the phrase, saying what you're feeling and giving yourself permission to release 20%, 30%, maybe even 80 to 100% of what you're feeling. You have emotions that flow through. It's okay. If you feel safe to release them, it's all right for you to do so. You can choose to give yourself permission. And just allowing yourself to be aware of the shifts, the changes, the lightness that starts to flow in pretty quickly as you begin to honor and listen. And allowing yourself to reset and let go of the focus on the place in your body that you discovered. It could have been the same place as before, or maybe somewhere new. Allowing yourself to revisit that breath, breathing in and out of your belly. You can always just focus on that inhale and exhale of belly, or you can allow the wave to rise all the way up to your forehead. And as you exhale to release, and let that wave begin its next cycle. Practicing letting go of what you were focusing on before, not attachment. And if it felt like there was more to be done, you can always tell your body, I'm listening and I will come back and I will work on you more later. Tuning in with yourself again and allowing yourself to scan your body from head to toe, noticing if you feel any energy sensations, such as tingling, heat, warmth, any temperature changes, or waves of movement in your body. Or maybe even there's a place that feels like there's no waves and it feels heavy and restricted. And then you feel like that's the place that's open to receiving the peace of the present moment. If you found that place in your body, if you can reach it, you can place your hands there. And if you're second guessing, just don't worry about it. Pick the first thing that comes into your mind. And then allowing yourself to find your breath. Maybe you have another favorite Reiki breath that you've learned that's more comfortable and familiar to you. You can choose to practice that one instead of the wave, breathing through the belly, up through the heart, and up to the mind. Pick what makes you feel safe and present. And give yourself permission to allow for Reiki to flow into your being. So notice the waves, the shifts, and the changes. About 80% is on your breath. About 20% is softly witnessing the shifts and the changes here, honoring, embracing, and releasing. And about 10% can be on your surroundings, all around you. So you stay present within your body, your heart, and your mind. And again, always checking in with your body. Is it tensing? Walk and honor the layers that you feel. Give it a voice. Embrace versus ignore. And give yourself permission to receive and release. Give yourself permission to acknowledge any shifts, any lightness that has occurred. Or even if there is still some heaviness, giving it permission and reminding your body you'll come back to it, that you're still listening, that you're still here and present for it. And allowing yourself to let go of your focus on the place you're concentrating on Going back to a breath. Could be simply focusing on breathing in and out of your belly. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly relaxes. Practicing letting go of the experience. So you can continue to receive. Revisiting the scan and allowing yourself to scan your body from head to toe with that beautiful topic of emotion. Scanning your body from head to toe and checking in. Is there a place in my body that I'm storing emotion? Now, this one is very different. Sometimes you feel emotion. Sometimes the other layers start to talk louder. Breath, body, energy. Sometimes we're not willing to feel. That's okay. Just let your body communicate with you in the way that it chooses. How Reiki chooses to communicate with you. Wherever that place is, if you can reach it and you can touch it, feel free to place your hands on your body or hover it off your body, whatever feels right to you. Maybe your hands want to be out, away from your physical form, or maybe they want to touch your body. Listen to your wisdom. And connecting to the breath of your choice. Honoring whatever you might be sensing, especially if it's something that feels distracting you from those peace, feeling that nice relaxation of Reiki. Allow yourself to embrace what you feel versus ignore it. And you can choose to use a phrase such as, this emotion that I feel in my heart center feels a lot for me right now, but I'm open to receiving whatever I need in this very moment. Open to letting go. You can even choose to go as deep as to ask, what lesson? What do you want me to hear? What do you want me to know, body? allowing yourself to sink into this moment, taking a nice deep breath and a ha breath out. Allowing yourself to shift from your focus on this place on your body, relaxing your hands, maybe palms up, receiving. Taking a few breaths, focusing just on your breath, the pause in between. Symbolic to the pause in between chaos. And allowing yourself to revisit the scan, checking in with your body from head to toe, noticing, do my thoughts go somewhere when I get to a certain part of my body? Maybe there's some wisdom that flows in through voice or words. Wherever that place is, however you noticed it, allowing yourself to place your hands there if you can reach it. Giving yourself permission to receive hands-on healing, Reiki. Allowing yourself to honor anything that came up, maybe embrace through gratitude. And if it's something heavy, giving yourself permission to allow yourself to release, let go, to receive. In this moment, allowing yourself to continue to hold space for yourself, to allow Reiki and your breath to flow. And if you choose, you can construct a phrase in your mind with kind of the formula of I give myself permission to release and receive. And then you put it in there, like you fill the dots. What I need to receive the peace throughout my body, mind, heart. It can be in your own words. It doesn't have to be perfect to mine. Our memory does not remember everything we say. But the formula is permission, what that permission is, and receiving, letting go. The formula again is giving yourself permission, acknowledging what it is you're giving yourself permission for, and what you're receiving and letting go of, what you want healing for. As you drop your hands to your sides or on your thighs, palms up, receiving, continue to breathe in and out of your belly, acknowledging the place in your body that wanted to receive, letting it know if there's more work done to be here, you'll revisit it, you'll come back, and you'll say hello again. That you're listening. And for the next category of sight, if you do see colors or imagery, you probably have already seen them. So allow yourself to place your hands on your heart. You can choose to rescan your body with the intention, if you choose, or you can give gratitude to any wisdom that has already came up. And finding the breath of your choice, whether it's the wave that we explored earlier, or it's one that you choose, that you feel comfortable and safe in your body with. Bringing this practice to a close, wherever you are on this journey, allow yourself to give yourself permission to continue to receive whatever you need in this very moment, throughout the day, the week, the year, throughout your journey. And take a moment to give yourself gratitude for showing up, brave enough to receive. If you choose, you can end with your palms touching at heart center. Taking a nice deep breath in and a ha breath out. And if you need a little bit more grounding, you can always inhale, squeeze all your muscles. Exhale, release all your muscles. Inhale, squeeze. Make a funny face. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, squeeze. And release. And wiggle through your body. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then opening our eyes when you're ready.
Thank you, Teresa, for sharing your beautiful medicine with us here at the Reiki Healing Circle. That was just absolutely lovely. And you had such a beautiful, simple way of describing the experience, keeping us connected to your voice while we were in this kind of deeper inner journey. And I know for me, just like the time that we had together really it allowed me to go deep into those different layers. That was really sweet. And one big takeaway I'm taking from it is just this: I love to honor her. It's so good. And it's like the acronym, it all works for me. For me personally, there's just some really big waves coming in my life right now. And I was just really able to sit with, like, I need this. I need this. This is something I need. I need to honor my needs. And that really took me to a really nice place, empowered around what I need.
And that's one fun thing with this meditation is you can do that. Like when you feel that in your body, you can be like, okay, what do I need? Especially if it's being persistent. Like it's like just hanging on and not letting go. What do I need? What do you need? And actually talking to the body, because it feels safer a lot of times in our mind, of checking in with the body, like, what do I need right now? And it might be something you don't expect. If you might hear it, you might just know what it is, or you might see it, or you might later on wake up and realize it in the middle of the night, like depending on dreamlands, like however you receive your wisdom. And you can go so deep with this and your choice, but go as deep as you're comfortable. Keeping yourself feeling safe is the most important. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Teresa, truly, for sharing your wisdom with us tonight on the Reiki Healing Circle. It was really fantastic to have your practice, and I hope for all of you who are here with us tonight and those of you listening on the recording that you just take this meditation into your day, your week, your life in a way that feels, even just a little thread of it feels really meaningful. If you're listening on the recording, you'd like to share a little bit about your experience with us, feel free to share that in the comments. And if you'd like to join us for this monthly Reiki Healing Circle, it happens on the third Monday of every month. And normally I lead this circle, but we'll be having more and more guests on the circle, as mentees in the GoPro with Reiki mentorship program feel ready to dive into that. And maybe we'll just have guest members come in and share practices with us. That's really my vision for the Reiki Healing Society, is to create this collaborative platform where it's not just about me, but we get a place where we can really amplify our unique gifts and wisdom and be able to share that to the larger Reiki community and have these really amazing community-based gatherings, because I truly believe we're stronger together. So thank you for your leadership and your practice tonight, Teresa. You can connect with Teresa over Instagram, Healing Key Connections, Facebook. I know you have a Facebook page, you have a website, and you do some wonderful things online too. So is there anything that you'd like to share about your practice with us before we go?
So I'm moving, so I'm in transition, but I do teach a regular energy awareness class, which is kind of what I call this. I call it inner wisdom or energy awareness. And I felt really guided to allow myself to share this with this group. But I teach that regularly, and it'll be up soon. I'll announce it on my website once it gets up there. And I have an email list for people interested in that I can add people specifically to, because I send out reminders for that. And you can ask me any questions. My practices are very varied. It depends on the individual soul. And yeah, I might be quiet for a little bit during my move and my transition, but I am here. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, well, thanks again so much for joining us this evening. I can't wait to see you on a future Reiki Healing Circle, and have a blessed evening. Love you all so much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.